I've been a stay-at-home mom for the past 10 plus years. I have no income. I have no money. When we got married, he told me that my name isn't going to go on the deed because he doesn't want to put that debt on me. 2 weeks ago, he told me that he wants to move forward with divorce. And he said, you need to start using your own card now. I have 2 kids to take care of, and I don't even know how I'm supposed to take care of it.
This video right here has 8 million views on TikTok. It's going extremely viral. And she actually made a whole series to this. But this caption on the video says, no one prepares you for how financially vulnerable stay-at-home moms really are. I'm almost scared to watch, but I gotta see what happens. Because you know we love to talk about finances over here.
So y'all want to know the scariest thing, and it's happening to me now, is being a female, married. I'm 37. I have 2 kids. They're 5 and 7, and I've been a stay-at-home mom for the past 10 plus years. I have no income. I have no money. I use my husband's credit card, and I use my husband's money. 2 weeks ago, he told me that he wants to move forward with divorce. Today, I literally, I used an American Express credit card for everything. It's got my name on it, but obviously he pays the bill. He told me he's gonna cut it off, and I gotta move all the automatic payments and stop using it. And he said, you need to start using your own card now. What card? I don't have a card. That is my card. Terrifying. I mean, I feel like a little girl who needs their mommy because I don't know how to take care of myself. I don't, it's just terrifying.
First off, this is very sad that she's going through a divorce in the first place. And now I understand why the video went viral. The video went viral because she seems like she's in a helpless situation. And I know a lot of y'all don't like to talk about stuff like this, but I've done so many videos on this channel on this subject for this very reason. I keep telling y'all on TikTok every other month, seems like every week, there is a new mom, a new stay-at-home mom who is sharing their experience being cut off financially from their husband. Sometimes it's just somebody who's cut off from their boyfriend, their father of their children. Doesn't matter. The whole point is that they were depending on this person for their income, for their survival. And somewhere along the road, things didn't go the way that they planned, and that relationship broke off, which means that support was broke off too. This is very sad. 10 years as a stay-at-home mom, she has no work experience in the last 10 years because she's been at home, which again, I have nothing against people deciding to be a stay-at-home mom, but I stress that it is always important to be able to stand on your own 2 feet as a human being, male or female, without having to depend on your significant other. And I say this again, as a married woman. I've seen too much personally in my life that would make me think that it would be a smart idea to do otherwise. Not only that, then you see stuff like this often, a little too often, and I feel really bad for her. Can you imagine how terrified you would be getting cut off financially? Not only are you probably going through some sort of heartbreak, but now you're like, where am I getting money for food? And right before Christmas? Oh, I got to see more to the story. Before we get into that, let's read over some of these comments. And this is blowing my mind. It says, I never thought I'd be here. 37 years old, 2 kids, no income, no safety net, and suddenly being told I need to use my own card when I don't even have one. This is a reality for so many stay-at-home moms, and nobody prepares us for it. That was the one that did it for me. Nobody prepares y'all for it. Nobody prepare you, ma'am. I say this with love. I come in peace. All the single parents, all the single moms, I promise, don't hate me, please. I got love for all of y'all, and which is why I'm about to say this. You gotta prepare. Who's supposed to prepare you? Who but you? Who's supposed to do it? Your husband, your sister, your brother, your mom? Who was supposed to do the work that you needed so this don't happen? But you. Oh my gosh, Lord have mercy. Oh, okay, let me keep reading. She goes on to say that she's struggling with some things, y'all. And she's saying she's sharing all of this because many people are suffering in silence. And she goes on to say, if you're suffering with something similar, you are not alone, which is very true. She says, we deserve security, we deserve support, we deserve to feel safe starting over. Pound stay-at-home moms, pound women empowerment, pound divorce support. And I do think people deserve all these things. And I truly hope she's able to build from this because it might be hard. It might not be hard. But in the now, this might just have to be something she got to go through because she can't change what she didn't do. She did not prepare. She did not secure anything. She didn't give support to herself because there's no safety net. Whew. Somebody said this is financial A word. Please seek an attorney. She replied, it's not. I signed a prenup. What are we? Wait a minute. Okay, so what are you saying? Are you saying that you always knew this was going to be the case and you were just going to be fine with this, knowing you didn't have any resources? I'm just trying to understand, not to be judgmental, because she's going through enough already. She don't need no more. She don't need no more from the internet, I'm sure. Somebody commented, he had you sign a prenup and then had you become a stay-at-home mom. Sounds premeditated. Oh my gosh, no. Oh, she said she misspoke. Okay, so she was a stay-at-home mom for 7 years. Doesn't matter. She said, you're legally married. His money is your money. Get a lawyer now. She said, no, I signed a prenup and I waived alimony in that prenup. And she's a stay-at-home mom with no income for 7 years, the last 7 years, and he's leaving her with the... Are you getting the kids? Because she has kids. You got kids. Lord have mercy. Lord bless this woman. Help her, please. I'm seeing this in real time. This is my first time here. Somebody said this: every single thing you've done to take care of the family while he advanced his career will be accounted for. And you know what? That's a great point. And I'm gonna go there. Yes, she probably gave him the space. And I don't know their life, but if you mean to tell me that somebody with a child, a man with a child, with his wife, is not able to further his career while his wife has no education, no job, no skills, no income, nothing, and is solely taking care of the children, you mean to tell me that you think if she wasn't taking care of that child, he would be in the same situation and be able to climb up the corporate ladder or whatever job he's in with as much ease as he's been able to do with his wife? Do y'all believe that? And we're gonna go there today, because I think a lot of, like, specifically, a lot of women may not consider these things. They're climbing up the corporate ladder, and I get, you know, you do what works best for your household, but when stuff like this happens, that's when we start thinking about what we've been doing while they was climbing up the corporate ladder. He's gonna be fine. He has a job. He has a career. He has income to take care of the kids. Ma'am, where your bankroll at? Because the kids still got to eat and you still need food and shelter. These are honest conversations. We got to start being honest, y'all. If y'all don't know and come to reality, this is going to be a hard one. This is going to be a hard video for some of y'all, because I'm not telling any lies.
37 and I'm like scared. I have no idea what to do or what I'm doing or how to care myself. Thank God he's letting me live in his house. And I say his house because it is his house, because when we got married, he told me that my name isn't going to go on the deed because he doesn't want to put that debt on me.
Oh my God. What? I'm just over this already. This got my blood just sizzling like a pot. Name not on the deed of a house you live in for 7 years. It's interesting. It is interesting because they were married. And I understand, yeah, the conversation could be had, like in a divorce, she would be entitled to half otherwise if she didn't sign a prenup and all these different things. However, I just want to point out, though I respect everybody's decision to be a stay-at-home mom, these are the dangers of doing that when you have no income, no skill, nothing to fall back on. And there will be a lot of people, specifically some men, and I'm just be honest, because that's the ones I be hearing say it, that might say things like, no, you shouldn't have to worry about that. You should just spend all your attention focusing on being a stay-at-home mom, catering to your man, that you don't got to worry about nothing. I done seen it happen to the best of them. I'm being honest. The best of them done got done the dirtiest. And honestly, it doesn't matter all the other details, because when that reality hits you in the face that you have to take care of yourself, this is when survival mode kicks in. It's like she's being thrown to the wolves right now. She just probably has no clue what to do.
Other than that, like, I get to, have somewhere to sleep, but like, how do I feed my kids? How do I feed myself? Oh my gosh. As a 30-year-old, like in your 30s, you're a mother. Like, I have 2 kids to take care of, and I don't even know how I'm supposed to take care of them. That is terrifying.
And though, yes, I am, concerned for this lady, I'm worried about the children. Are the children okay? Are they gonna be okay? I don't know the situation, but if he's not a bad man, if you know what I mean, they might need to go stay with their father, because what's her name? Miss Courtney, she's trying to figure it out, and that's okay, because this would be a very hard situation to be in for anybody. But she says she don't know how she gonna do it. If she don't know how she gonna do it for herself, how she gonna do it for her kids? Because I've seen some people do some crazy things when they get desperate, because they put in a situation and they have children and they like, hey, I'm in a bad spot. And it could be a temporary thing. Maybe they just having a little agreement till she get on her feet, because the kids still need to be able to be taken care of.
The only thing that I can think about is the fact that I have to be a big girl now. It's time to grow up. And I've been playing Big Girls Don't Cry over and over again on YouTube on my phone.
Oh, not her having Fergie on the repeat. Lord have mercy. Somebody get Miss Courtney and check on them kids, because I don't like this at all. Somebody commented, ladies, when you do buy a home, the deed and the mortgage are two separate things. Very true. You don't have to be on the mortgage, but you can be on the deed. Do not let anyone tell you otherwise. And she replied with, ladies, listen up. I wish somebody told me this. Honestly, I don't think if they told you it would have mattered anyway, because that man didn't want her to have nothing. Clearly. Yeah, she might just have to see what the courts say, because this is a very interesting situation she's in.
Who else has been through this most terrifying moment of your life, when you realize the man that has been taking care of you and your kids for the past 10 years, for the past decade, is just stopping. He's not gonna take care of you anymore. And now you have to take care of yourself. What? Oh my gosh. I'm like, I can't take enough deep breaths because I don't know what's happening to me, and it is wild. Who else relates? Who relates to like the fear of not being able to take care of your own family and not being able to feed your children? Like, I know that is probably the least of my worries, because I don't know, like, I'll be able to feed them, but it's just, food is expensive. I have no idea what is happening.
Oh, Courtney. I don't know what to do with this. This is a lot. Now, Courtney done got on here and said, I don't know who needs to hear this today, but there is nothing more terrifying than realizing the life you thought was stable can change overnight. The person who used to take care of everything suddenly doesn't. And now you're looking around wondering how to take care of yourself, your kids, your whole world. Jesus, take the wheel. Oh, and then it goes on to say, if you ever felt this fear in your chest, that breath you can't catch, the how do I do this, the whisper that turns into a scream, you're not alone. Women carry so much silently, and we're done being silent. Who been silent, Miss Courtney? Courtney, we have not been silent. We've been trying to tell people how dangerous it can get on one income, fully depending on a human being. Fully, that's not yourself, as a grown adult, but I digress. She goes on to state, if you've gone through this, are going through this, or are terrified it could happen to you, I see you. Now, I need y'all to pack this up. All this I see you stuff, like, and I get, yes, people do want to be seen. But Miss Courtney, we ain't worrying about you seeing them. We seeing you. What about the kids? Am I the only one? Like, y'all giving the whole soliloquy a pep talk, and I get it, women empowerment, got it. Where the bag at, Miss Courtney? This is a lot of typing for me. This is a lot. We don't need, you talk about you see, I see you. No, we see you. The whole world, like millions of people done seen you do this whole thing online. This is a crash out session. This is a cry for help. We not worrying about what you can see. The only see we want you to get is a stable house for your kids, some income, some food, because you over here like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. This is a lot. And I don't know if she's just venting because she is going through a divorce. This is probably like a culture shock to her that she has to figure this out. Courtney, Miss Courtney, I need you to wake up and snap out of whatever this is. Because this right here, I see you. No, we are genuinely concerned after all these TikToks. She goes on to say, you're not crazy. You're not dramatic. You're not weak. You're human. And I feel maybe these are words she might be thinking about herself. Perfectly fine. But Miss Courtney, it's time to get in that mode. Seriously, this is not a drill. And I'm gonna have to read the comment. Somebody here says, when we warn tradwives and get backlash, this is what we're concerned about for them. And exactly. I said it in another video and I say it again. She's not the first and she's not gonna be the last. There will be somebody else probably in 2 business days. I give it 24 hours. Same thing. And no, you don't go into any marriage, any relationship thinking that something bad like this would happen. You would hope that that doesn't happen, right? Yes, that's what you want. You want to be a stay-at-home mom, fine. But maybe, get like a little call center job. Get you a little side hustle where you stack a little something. You put some money into, I don't know, like a Fidelity account, a brokerage account. You build your money up. You have something going on to where if something like this were to happen, your pockets ain't on Ozempic. You don't want your pockets to be on Ozempic. I'm telling you the truth. You don't. It's not gonna feel good. And look, somebody else is saying it happened to me. I almost lost it. I cried. I couldn't sleep for 3 weeks. I cried daily. I prayed to God and guess what? He came through. I got a job after 2 months. You will be okay. I know that. And Miss Courtney, I need you to get in that prayer closet. It's about that time. Yes, but all this woe is me, time to snap out of it. You got mouths to feed, children to protect. And this is why we have these conversations about being a stay-at-home mom. It's the financial aspect of it all. It's not the fact that anybody is hating on stay-at-home moms. It's not because that's a problem with wanting to be at home raising your children. Nothing wrong with that. That makes sense, right? But maybe while you are staying at home, maybe you can go online, get you a degree, work a at-home job. That's still staying at home, you know? But dang it, do something. At least if you're not gonna do nothing, is you gonna get an allowance? Hello. I know people out there getting allowance. And if it worked for you, that's your thing. But that's better than doing nothing or getting nothing, having nothing, and this happened to you. And I hope none of y'all don't take this video too harshly, but here's the thing. You don't need to jump off the diving board to know you can't swim. Hello. You know, Miss Courtney was out here saying, essentially, she didn't think this would happen to her. It says on the screen, that'll never happen to me until it does. I challenge each and every one of you, if you are in this situation, or even if you're not, to think about the outcomes of being in this sort of relationship, this sort of situation, this sort of dynamic. Yes, there is a power dynamic financially when you have no money. We are seeing it play out, and we've seen it play out over and over and over and over and over. So we're not shocked at this point. And yeah, you're right. I am in a different outfit because I thought the saga was over, but apparently the saga must continue. Miss Courtney came back with another update in a string of videos, and I said to myself, oh my gosh, somebody tell her to put the phone down. Put it down. It says here on this screen, I may have felt lost, but I'm not clueless. I'm figuring it out, just like every woman who's ever had her world flipped upside down.
In my moment of panic, I made a video while driving in my car. Currently, I'm sitting in a parking lot about how terrified I am that my husband is leaving me and I'm a stay-at-home mom and I have no job and no income and essentially I have nothing. So that video has gone mega viral and I need to just clear up some things for you guys because yes, I may be dumb and I may look dumb and I may have done some dumb things in my life. Haven't we all? But I'm 37 years old. I have 2 kids. I've been a stay-at-home mom for the past 7.5 years, whatever, when I was pregnant with my oldest, who's 7. But before that, I was a teacher. And during my marriage, I've gotten my real estate license, and that is active, and I currently use it. So in my moments of panic, I made a video, and I posted it on TikTok, and now a lot of people know my personal business.
Yeah.
But I'm fine. I get to live in our home with our children. I am totally capable of having a job. I may look like an idiot, but I'm not one. I'm okay, and I'm going to take care of myself and my kids. Don't you worry.
Now, Miss Courtney, how you make all this video earlier talking about you didn't know how you were going to be able to support yourself and the kids. You said that you felt like you needed your mommy. You was making it seem as though you couldn't function in the real world by yourself. Come to find out you got a whole real estate license, and I love that for you. And you were a teacher about however long ago, 7 years ago it was. This is great news. And it's like, did you forget that? Your world probably felt like it was all crumbling down at once, but in reality, you still did have something. You came in here like you was helpless. Girl, we was worried about you. And I still kind of am, to be honest, because how did you just skip over your whole real estate thing and trauma dump on everybody online about this whole story? And the people in the comments also are saying, give him full custody. Look, I know a lot of y'all are going to be like, no, she need to keep her kids. I think, and I'm no expert, she might be under a lot of stress right now. I don't know what is going on, but from the outside looking at, I said this earlier before I knew anything about her having a real estate license, having a history of teaching, honestly didn't matter. It was the Crashout being publicly televised and what she was saying that made me nervous for not only her, but her children. And at the end of the day, I feel the children must come first, their safety and their well-being. And it's okay to be going through a lot. We all go through a lot. But ma'am, you was like making it seem like you didn't know where the dollar's at. Teacher, real estate license, honey, you got it going on. And I know a lot of y'all are like, yeah, she got a real estate license. But we also do have to consider the housing market right now might not be the best. It's not just as simple as, oh, I got a real estate license, everything is fine. No, a lot of realtors aren't bringing in money right now. Look around, y'all. How many of y'all are buying houses? Now, there are people selling houses, but you also have to think, how is that working for them? Meanwhile, This is how they get paid commission. We have to use our critical thinking skills, y'all. And I hope she's in the area that she can utilize her license in order to really bring in enough income to support her and her family. But these are still genuine concerns. And mind you, I'm still rooting for her. I don't want to see nobody struggle. I don't care who they are.
I got a lot of girls commenting saying, why didn't you have a job? Why weren't you working? Why were you a stay-at-home mom?
Yeah.
I come from North Carolina, and growing up, my goal was to be a stay-at-home mom,
Right.
to be a wife. So, like, where I was raised and the fairy tales, like, I wanted my Prince Charming to ride up on his white horse and come and take care of me for the rest of my life.
I blame Disney. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. Disney, you see the product of the environment that y'all created here? And I know y'all don't care. Everybody wants a Cinderella story, and somebody's gonna say, Simone, why can't people want a Cinderella story? It's a movie. We're dealing in real life. Granted, I want all of y'all to find a Prince Charming. However, in the reality is what we see of people like Miss Courtney. Not me on my Dr. Seuss again. I can't stand it when y'all have me rhyme on accident.
Wanted my Prince Charming to ride up on his white horse and come and take care of me for the rest of my life and provide for me and take care of the kids, and that'll just be what it is. So I wanted that. I still do it. That's all I wanted to say. Like, I chose to be a stay-at-home mom. I chose not to work. So that's on me, yes, but that's what I wanted to do.
Right.
And I know that there are a lot of women who feel the exact same way. So be a stay-at-home mom all you want, but make sure that if something happens, God forbid, you can take care of yourself and your kids if you need to.
And Miss Courtney, I'm glad you added that last excerpt, whatever, at the end of your statement, because we don't want no more examples of, we don't want to see it. And then they're on TikTok and we all just looking like, you didn't know things like this happen to people. And granted, some of y'all just live in a fairy tale world, like how Miss Courtney seemed like she was. No offense, Miss Courtney. I got nothing but love for you. But there's a certain level of naive and gullible that a lot of women were or are. And I'm not even saying it to be shady, because I once was a gullible, naive person to a lot of things. And it wasn't until life happened and you like, oh, wait a minute. I can't be green. I can't be that green. If you get what I mean. Not me rhyming again. Oh my gosh. And so when you see it in other people, you want to like give them a warning, like, hey, don't do it to yourself. Some of us know how bad it can get in real life when you put yourselves in certain situations, and we don't want to see that. No. Now, hold up. Now, Miss Courtney, what is this? Because she said, what do you bring to the table? Nothing. I bring nothing to the table. I am the alarm clock. I'm the planner. I'm the grocery shop. I cook. I clean. I work full time at Laundry Powell Mountain. I do the drop-offs and the pickups. I give pep talks and life advice. I heal the hurt. I dry the tears. I am the seasonal magical worker. I protect love. I am the table. There was a lot popping up on the screen. Miss Courtney, I'm reading the side. It says I'm also expected to do this whole laundry list of whatever Miss Courtney got on the side. Keep the house clean. Cook meals, plan them, grocery shop, manage schedules, handle drop-offs. Look, I don't know if I read all this already, but this is a lot. And y'all are, I thought I was the only one at first. Y'all are in the comments. Give him custody. Give him custody. What we are seeing, give him custody. Ma'am, I need you to put that license to work. It's a lot of typing, Miss Courtney. I really hope she's okay. And then it's like the saga is being televised. Miss Courtney, you've been going viral all week. I've been seeing you on my For You page. And that's why I said, let me just go ahead and add this to the video, because what is going on? Then it says, do the opposite of what you want to do. I'm almost scared to see this video.
Today's a bad day. I'm just kind of feeling sad. It comes in waves.
I get it.
This morning, he came to get the kids at 8 to take them to breakfast. And it's wild because, like, I'm jealous that my kids are going to breakfast because I have wanted to go to breakfast so bad.
Miss Courtney, take this. Oh my. Miss Courtney, I know a lot of y'all are going to hate what I'm about to say, but this is a reaction channel and I don't do the fake. Miss Courtney, if you jealous because your kids are eating and you're mad because your ex don't want to feed you, y'all done already broke it off. Let it go. Like, I know it's going to take some time and some healing. Like, maybe you need to talk to somebody. Honestly, jealous of your kids eating breakfast with their father is crazy work. We need you to put that license to work so you can take yourself to get some breakfast, because who else finna do it? This man made it quite clear from what we've seen, that as of right now, he's not trying to continue to support you. It doesn't seem like he's cutting off his kids, which is great, great. And I'm saying, putting emphasis on that because a lot of people, when they're done with the mother, they're done with the kid. He's still taking his kids to breakfast, Miss Courtney. That's a blessing that he's still doing that. It's cringe. I hope the kids don't ever see this.
When they left, I wanted to crawl up in a ball and go back to bed. But yesterday on the radio, I listened to Wally on 88.1, and I heard him say, there was a boy talking about he was depressed and he was asking for advice on what to do. Their therapist told them to do the opposite of what they wanted to do. So today I wanted to go back into bed and crawl up in a ball and be depressed and sad, but I didn't. I got up, I took a shower, I just went to wash my car. I went and sat in the church parking lot. I was going to go to church, but I cried and I know that's where I need to go, but not today. And I'm feeling better that I got up, but it's true. Do the opposite. So I'm going to do the opposite of what I want to do, which is be sad and depressed.
Miss Courtney, we are rooting for you, but you got to get this together, ma'am. This is not it. Because you've been on a rampage all week and all these videos are up. If you're actively going through a divorce, sometimes the crash out is not worth it. Sometimes, yeah, I know you want somebody to talk to. Maybe your husband, he was your best friend. That makes sense. Sometimes we really got to put the phone down because these are the type of things they look at in court and say stuff like, who is the best fit for the child? And recording the crash outs in the saying that you're jealous type stuff, that's a hard one. And I'm sure she's a nice lady. Obviously, divorce is rough for anybody. And I'm glad that she's trying to do the opposite of what she wants to do in the sense of she's trying to keep her spirits high. And I just hope she can continue that.
I got something else for you to think about. Who pays for your health insurance? I chipped my tooth last week and I'm going to get it fixed because it's driving me crazy.
Right.
I'm going this morning. This little tiny chip is costing me $350
Right.
out of pocket. Insurance doesn't pay for a chipped tooth, but the American Express is. This is just something else. It came to me. This is not something that I would have thought about, but I chipped my tooth and now I'm thinking, what's happening to my health insurance? And now that we're getting divorced, is my health insurance going to be canceled? Are the kids going to keep health insurance? This is something else. As it happens to me, I'm going to share it with you guys. Ladies, check out your health insurance and figure out what's going to happen to it. Should your husband decide he wants to divorce you, or if you decide you can't handle him any longer.
And Miss Courtney has a great point here, and I don't want to take away from that. However, I would challenge everyone to think about this. Regardless of the situation, if you are a grown adult, if you're getting married and you haven't thought about this before tying the knot, this is something you may very well want to consider. You don't want to wait until stuff hit the fan and stuff isn't going as you thought it was. Your dream life is not dreaming no more. And now, all the things that are very important I need to consider, I need to think about. Yes, there are people who are married to people, and though that is provided by their spouse, they still have it, or at least they have the option to get it. Unfortunately, in this situation, I'm not sure if it was thought about. And because it may have not been thought about, now this is something like, my tooth miraculously gets chipped. Who is going to come up with the money to fix it? Hello! This is something that you have to consider, especially if you want to be a stay-at-home mother, in the sense of you forego having to pay for these expenses yourself.
Medical stuff is expensive. Who pays for your health insurance? I have dental insurance. I have health insurance, but my health insurance comes from my husband through my husband's company. And so now I need to think about, where am I going to get health insurance from? How am I going to get health insurance? Because I obviously don't work and I have no idea. I'm going to guess that when we get divorced, my husband's going to cancel. He's going to take me off of the health insurance. The kids won't come off, but how am I going to pay for my own health insurance? I've been to so many doctors over this past year trying to figure out what's wrong with me hormonal wise. And it has cost so much money that my husband has paid for. And now who's going to pay for me to get health insurance?
Miss Courtney, you got to pay for your health insurance. Between the chipped tooth and the health insurance, y'all please pray for Miss Courtney.
Time to get a job. Time to grow up. Ladies that stay home and don't work, I'm thinking about you. Like, what are you going to do? Think about it.
Miss Courtney, we don't need you to think about the people online. We've been watching this crash out all week, Miss Courtney. You've been crashing out since last Monday, probably. And this is Monday again. At this point, we just need you to tighten up. And I get y'all be wanting to get on here and help other people, but sincerely, it is okay to help yourself first. She is mid trying to figure this out in her head and hasn't figured it out. And then it's like, yeah, so what are we gonna do, ladies? And I see y'all. I'm trying to help y'all. No, Miss Courtney, help yourself, please.
You need to ask your husband. You need to have a conversation. What are you going to do if y'all divorce and you don't work and you have no health insurance? So you need health insurance. Here's another thing to think about, ladies.
Why in the world would it ever make sense to ask your husband, what are we going to do? What are we going to do if we get divorced and you were paying for my health insurance? What are we going to do, husband, if that happens? No. Do y'all understand what divorce means? This means they are trying to separate themselves from you legally, separate you from any bills, assets, any sort of health insurance premiums they were paying for, everything. The only thing that might keep you tied to somebody is if you had children, maybe even alimony, if you were married for a certain amount of years and you get that. Other than that, and things getting split however they're going to get split, I'm glad she said it. This is what you need to think about. There is no strategizing with the ex. That's why they're your ex. It is on you to figure out your job, you to figure out your health insurance, you to figure out your car, you to figure out your phone bill, insurance, dental care, medical care, how you're going to take care of the children. If you need to put the children in daycare, it's on you. They're not looking out for you no more. What's not clicking, Steven? And this is why I'm feeling like this is a crash out session, because the fact that she's not saying there's a separation is odd, because that's what's going on.
It caused me chipping my tooth last week. This mess, it's this little tiny chip, is costing $300 to get fixed. So you better have that emergency chip tooth fund. I'm just saying, guys, something else to think about. Who's paying for your health insurance if you and your husband get divorced?
Emergency funds are important whether you're married and everything is going fine, or if you're trying to figure out things on your own. This is why people have emergency funds. And maybe if they are, because they're still currently married, maybe they had one, hopefully, and she can tap into that for her tooth. But who knows? And being that they're still married, maybe she can still get her teeth fixed under his premium or something. I don't know. But it sounded like it wasn't going to be covered. So the real question is, if you chip your tooth and it's not covered underneath your husband's insurance, who you're separated with currently, and you don't have money, who pays? It's kind of like asking who pays for your flat tire if you get a flat and y'all are separated. Does your husband pay because you were a stay-at-home mom? But I hope she's able to get her tooth fixed. This is a lot, Miss Courtney. Oh my. Okay, back to the original video. Sometimes the thing that you never thought you had to consider, the thing that you never had to put thought into, is the very thing that becomes your reality, your real life situation that now you must figure out. Honestly, I'm wishing her really well. And I hope that even though this is such a tragic situation for Miss Courtney, I hope that she is able to get through all of this and her children be able to live a successful life after all of this. We're rooting for you. This could be a great redemption for you. But for all the viewers watching, please use this as a cautionary tale. You don't have to go through something like this to see that this is what can happen. So just be wise, be cautious, and be careful. But we got to start making better decisions today in order to have a better future.